Hello everyone, and welcome back to Lucky Boy's OMSI workshop. This is the July 2022 update for the Plaxton President. This month I am trying something new by making a YouTube video, as these updates can get quite big and can take a while to scroll through. The way this will work is that I will go through and cover the work I did each week, any problems I had, and how I overcame them. There's a lot to talk about this month, so without further ado, let's get into it. At the end of last month's update, I mentioned that there was an issue with displaying the rear grille in-game using a method so that it would always appear high quality no matter the resolution of the repaint. After tinkering with it for almost a solid day straight, Mr. Greg and myself were finally able to sort the issue out. The next task completed in week 1 was a modification to the front so small that it didn't break the templates, but significant enough that it makes the bus look drastically better. If you can't tell what it was, the pillars at the front were redone, as before the horizontal curve was completely wrong and from certain angles made the bus look really strange, almost as if it sloped upwards too steeply. Now it's fixed, it looks so much better and really makes a difference despite being such a small change. The main task of week 1 however was to get the rear moldings baked and prepared to be put in game. This was quite a complicated task with things needing several rebakes, and I plan redoing some of the textures again as some don't look too good. This is something you'll hopefully see in the August update. There are 2 set VARs currently for molded wheel arch seats or non-molded wheel arch seats, which will use the seat type used everywhere else in the bus instead. In week 2 I was feeling a little burnt out, so I took most of the week off to work on my mental health. That's not to say no work was done however, but mostly it was just bug fix work. The main addition you can see here are the little poles behind the splitters on the windscreen. Thankfully week 3 was far more productive. As you can see, the window surrounds on the outside have been imported, although for now this is only temporary and for looks, as it will need to be re-imported when I do the glass. I won't import this until a bit later down the line as it can get quite fiddly when you take into account the rain maps, dirt maps, etc. that need to be exported with the glass. They have to line up exactly or they'll flicker, which is why I want to leave it until things are more final so I don't need to continuously move and re-export them. The moldings upstairs at the front have now been baked and imported. There are a couple of planned set VARs for how the stop sign brackets on this molding will look, along with the set VAR for the handrail type. The only 2 set VARs you can see so far do involve the periscope, which I cannot confirm will be functional as of yet. There is a 3rd set VAR for the stop sign bracket which doesn't involve a periscope, but I didn't make this until week 4. The driver now has somewhere to sit. It is based on the cab air suspension seat and the driver does indeed sit in it. I'm sure he was getting tired of floating. The final change in OMSI for week 3 is the inclusion of functional mirrors. The models of the mirrors are courtesy of Buren. We have Spafux mirrors on the exterior and an ash tree mirror on the interior. I believe having realistic mirror types adds a level of detail that will really help you feel like you're driving the real thing. An error while scripting the mirrors did cause the buses to inexplicably bounce like crazy. In Blender, I began work overhauling the dashboard. The new model so far is on the left while the original model is on the right. I'm sure you'll agree it's looking a lot nicer now. Finally, I completely overhauled the seats you'd find on the rear bench as I was not happy with how they looked before. They are a WIP here as the textures on the top cushion were warping in funny places. This was a new learning curve for me as I was learning a new method of unwrapping seats, and I think I have the hang of it now. It will be similar to repaint to the seats you'd find on the Master Switch veiling pack. Here is the stopping sign bracket without the periscope that I mentioned. After finally getting the hang of mapping seats, I imported the rear bench seats into the game, and I also redid the molded wheel arch seats. These now look a lot better, although you may be able to see what I mean with the moldings needing a retexture to bring out some more AO, which should be done by the August update. A lot of the week was trying to figure out how to adjust the top speed of the bus. I was able to get more speed out of the bus by adding torque at max RPM. However, this caused the bus to extremely over-rev, as you can sort of see here, and you definitely saw in the launch control video I posted earlier on. I think I'll worry about this later and potentially use third-party gearbox scripts. Something new scripted this week was the stop bell, as demonstrated here using the highly realistic bell push I've modeled. I have also scripted it so that it would trigger a sound upon pressing, but I need a better bell sound before I can demonstrate that. And talking of sounds, I now own a Zoom H2N sound recorder. Thanks to everyone who helped make this possible. I have reached out to several operators now in regards to recording their Tridents, and hopefully soon I will have some high quality engine samples to use in the President. This is a really worthwhile investment in my opinion, and I'm really looking forward to recording some buses with it. The final thing in this update is a work in progress version of the new dashboard. I have spent a good part of week 4 learning how to create light maps in Blender 2.79 Cycles engine, and the dashboard lights you can see are my first finished ones. I think they look really good and I now also have the hang of these. The dashboard will be available with the original Dennis speedometer as well as a Lucas Kienzl tachograph. That's it for this month's update. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any feedback about the video or the bus, please feel free to let me know in the comments or on the Fellows Film Forum thread. If you liked this video, a like or subscription to the channel would mean a lot. I'll also link my other socials in the description if you'd like to check those out too. Until the next video, take care, and thank you for watching.